the statements that people like to make to say, oh, I work too hard, I deserve this. There's no such thing as I deserve this. You just want something. Don't say I deserve it because I work hard. No, because once you start opening that can of statements, then every time you're going to make a decision that is not good for you, you will substantiate it by saying I work hard, I deserve this. No.
Really don't need help, so can you match me? I like luxury, I like fancy things, shine on my body.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen. Remember that cheat sheet that I created that spoke about money ladder, that when it comes to progressing financially, there are certain levels that you need to go through in order for you to reach financial independence. Financial independence is basically the pinnacle. This is where we also speak of wealth. And in this money cheat sheet, I was sharing with you what you need to do in order for you to move from one level to the next. And the first level in that, it's the financial insecurity, which is financial instability, financial stress and anxiety. That is where most people start at. If you are lucky enough, you start at financial peace, but sometimes you will make some mistakes that will drag you back down to financial anxiety and financial stress. So, but that's where most people start at, né? And then there is financial peace, whereby now you no longer have to worry every time you get paid. You no longer have to get anxious and have anxiety every time it's payday or every time you have to pay for things. You freely pay for those things. This, you can also call it financial stability. And then there is then financial freedom. Financial freedom is when you are more than just saving, but also you are tapping into investing. You are planning for the future. You're thinking in the next 5 to 20 or 30 years, where do I see myself financially? And that is financial freedom. And this is basically the groundwork for financial independence. You cannot reach financial independence without reaching financial freedom. Now, financial freedom is having freedom of your time, whereby you get to pick and choose what you want to do. However, you are not free that you can't work. That's where now you will get to financial independence, whereby you no longer have to work because your money is working for you. Now, this is the money ladder. If you didn't access this, and if you are watching this for the first time and you haven't accessed this, you can just click the link on my description box below. It says money ladder. Click on that link. You can download that free cheat sheet. It's a one-pager free cheat sheet. Now, on today's video, I want to share with you 4 pillars that are very crucial in order for you to be able to maneuver these stages. These 4 pillars are crucial in all of these 4 steps. There is no pillar that is more important than the other, but it's all about having balance. It's all about understanding that each pillar is important and plays a crucial role in your financial growth. And what are these 4 pillars? The first one is your income. Your income is basically the money that comes in that then allows you to be able to channel towards your living expenses, towards your investments, towards your savings, towards all the things that you want to do in your life. You need income. And it's very hard for you to say you are going to move from financial anxiety or financial instability to financial stability or financial peace without having some form of an income. Now, when I speak of income, I really want to urge you to not just think of the income that you get from your job, but think beyond that, because income is not limited to just holding a job. And this is where I feel like our education honestly failed us and continues to fail us, because it is not training us for the times that you are living in right now. We're living in the times whereby the jobs are less. However, opportunities are there. However, they don't come in a form of a job. They come in other things, whereby it is through business, it is through freelancing, it is through running your own agency, or just running your own business by yourself, where you solve a problem and then you get paid for that. I'll give you an example. I recently signed up with a personal fitness trainer, and she is basically helping me when it comes to just exercising, being consistent, and also just understanding that whenever I'm doing certain exercises, this is how my body should be, so that I minimize injuries. Now, she is offering a solution and I am buying that solution. I'm willing to pay for that solution. Now, this is what I want you to think about. I want you to think that deep when it comes to income. Look at, what am I good at? What is it that what problem can I solve for the next person? And would another person be willing to pay for that? That is how you go about it. it. Ne? That is how you also go about looking for an additional income. So instead of you going around and begging for money, ask yourself, what is it that I'm good at? If you're honestly struggling to understand what you're good at, I really think that you need to spend more time with yourself, because I feel like for many people that do not spend time with themselves, instead they're always surrounded by people and the noise around them, it's very likely that they do not know who they are, or basically what they stand for, who they are, and what they're good at, because there's always noise around them. So let's say right now you do have an income, let's say you have a job, and when you look at your income, it doesn't stretch further enough for you to be able to work towards some of the goals that you have. I would like for you to actually now start thinking of, okay, when it comes to my career progression, where can I go? What can I do in order for me to grow in my career? And also work on your CV, obviously. I normally don't talk about this a lot, and by the way, I brought my CV editing services back. I do edit CVs, so if you do want me to look at your CV, check out my website. The price options are there. Then we can look at your CV in terms of how do you refine it so that you can grow in your career, But if you're a person that's currently unemployed, instead of you always pining for jobs, pine for opportunities in terms of what is it that you can solve, what problem can you solve out there, and solve that problem. Do not sit on yourself, ne? So the first pillar is income. The second pillar is financial planning. Now, when it comes to financial planning here, I'm not talking as a financial advisor, because I'm not. This does not constitute as financial advice. It's just me sharing my own insights. Now, when it comes to financial planning, I want you to think beyond things such as funeral covers, policies, and all this stuff, because here we're looking at the basics of you managing your finances, and we are planning for your finances, and that is budgeting, sitting down and setting a plan for your finances, that this is where you want to spend your money, this is where you want to channel your money, and this plan needs to be very clear. And I would say that it is always good to make sure that you understand where each and every cent is going. That is why we call my journal right here, it's called Every Cent Financial Journal, because I really believe that you need to give your money a name. If you do not sit down and create a plan for your finances or for your money, someone else is going to create a plan for your money. And there are always people who are always out here willing to raise their hands that I would like to create a plan for your money. So sit down and create a plan for your money. Sit down and create a budget. Now, a rule of thumb when it comes to when you should set your budget is 10 to 5 days before you get paid. Do not set your budget on the day you get paid or the day before you get paid. 10 to 5 days before you get paid. This allows you to make adjustments before your payday. This is also good whenever, let's say for instance, you set it up, but then now you get your payslip, then you go back, you readjust your budget based on the expected income. Ne? So it's very, very important that you set your budget, you understand where is your money going to go. The third pillar now is, what are your goals? Ne? What are the things that you want to work on? It's very important that you need to have clarity in terms of where are you heading. What I love about goals is that they serve as a compass for you to be able to evaluate and monitor your progress, see if you're going in the right direction. If you feel like you're getting lost along the way, it is easier for you to pick yourself up, get yourself back on route to the destination that you had set, which are your goals. So how do I normally go about this in order for me to be clear about my goals? Now, not all of my goals I've been able to just constantly work on, but I've realized that with the goals that I've been very clear about, that I've also had a feeling behind them and a strong why I've been able to attain. And the goals that I do not have a strong why and a feeling behind it, I have not been able to attain. So this is what I do, and this has been transformational when it comes to the way that I go about goal setting. And also this year I made sure that for the 2025 journals I featured this in, because I feel like it's very crucial. If you take time and you use this, it will allow you to be very clear about the life that you want for yourself. And what am I talking about? There's a thing called Draw My Life. Now, this was created by Lavender. She is a YouTuber here and a content creator and a businesswoman, and she created this years and years ago. I think when I finished my master's, that's when I watched that video, and I actually took time to write my current life and then my desired life. The purpose of this is for you to look at your life thoroughly and say, what is my life looking right now? Am I happy with the state of my life? What am I not happy with? What am I happy with? How do I feel about my life? These are important questions that you should ask yourself as you are writing these things. Now, you are not literally drawing yourself, but rather you are writing out how you feel, where you are, and what are you happy with, and all this stuff. So that's the first part, writing your current state right now. And then on the next page, you are writing your desired state. Where do you desire to be? Looking at where you are right now. We're not referencing anything that does not exist, but we are referencing your state of being right now. And you're saying, this is where I would like to move to. And you create a picture of this life that you desire for yourself, of this person that you desire yourself to be. You look at that and you say, this is where I see myself. Whenever I think of myself attaining this or achieving this, this is the feeling that I get. This is how I want to feel on a day-to-day basis. Those are the things that you need to then list on the desired self. And then in the middle, you need to then ask yourself, what are the things that I need to do in order for me to move from point A to point B? Now, this is where your goals come in. You need to set short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals that will allow you to reach this desired state. The desired state is the outcome and not the output itself. It's the outcome. So you want to work on the output that would lead to the outcome. So that is what you need to do when it comes to this. You need to take time and be clear about what life do you want for yourself, and then create goals from that. That will be the third pillar. Then the fourth pillar is your behavior. Now, this is very, very important. All of these points are important, but this is also important. This can either break or make your finances. If you do not work on this, it will be hard for you to be able to strike a balance in all of these things. I actually see the value of all of these pillars. You can earn as much as you get, as much as you can, but then if you're not strong when it comes to your behavior, then your income is just as useless. You are good as someone who's not getting paid, who's not getting any income. So it's very important that you spend time in this part right here. So here, what are we looking at when it comes to behavior? Here we're looking at when you get paid, what do you do? And here we are saying you went to work, you gotten paid. What do you do with that money? This is where we look at your behavior. We are also looking at, are you a person that base their decision based on emotions, or do you base your decision on just what is it that you need to work towards? So if you're a person that tends to make their financial decisions based on emotions, you'll find yourself that you work backwards, because every time you're not feeling okay, you feel like a shopping spree. Every time you're feeling good, you feel like you need to spoil yourself. Every time you get paid more, you feel like, oh, I worked too hard, let me go get myself this car. Oh, I worked too hard. That's actually the statements that you need to pay attention on. The statements that people like to make, to say, oh, I worked too hard, I deserve this. There's no such thing as I deserve this. You just want something. Don't say I deserve it because I work hard. No, because once you start opening that can of statements, then every time you're going to make a decision that is not good for you, you will substantiate it by saying, I work hard, I deserve this. No, you just want it. You want it. And so the best thing you should ask yourself is, why do I want this? What purpose is this going to serve in my life? Where is it going to change? How is it going to better my life? Those are things you should ask yourself, especially if it's going to be a big purchase, instead of you saying, I work too hard, I deserve this. The last one when it comes to this is financial maturity. Financial maturity is understanding that just because you've got money does not mean that it has to be spent, especially if it was not meant to be spent, especially if you are saving it for something, if you're investing for something, you're saving for a goal, then you do not need to be spending money just because you've got money. That is where I get concerned a lot when it comes to the two-pot system, is that people, yes, this is a good system, this is a good thing for people. However, because people are not used to sitting with money, they're not financially mature, they're going to think that this is money for them to just splurge on, and then they're going to impact a lot of things in their lives. Behavior basically looks at financial maturity, looks at how you make your decisions, look at what you do when you get paid, because you want to be in a level of financial maturity. Let's say, for instance, you get paid more money than what you expected. You don't say, oh, more money, let me go on a shopping spree. No, you ask yourself, what are my goals? Okay, what are the things that I think I can beef up on? And then once you've beefed up on those things, then you start thinking, okay, what is it that I can buy myself? Then you buy yourself that thing. That is a financially matured person, not a person who gets money, the next thing they go on a shopping spree that they had no plans on doing in the first place, but only because now there's money, they feel that they can justify that shopping spree. Ne? So always think about these 4 pillars whenever you are working on your finances. Look at these 4 pillars. These 4 pillars, if they're strong, they'll allow you to progress in your finances. If you've got a strong income whereby by your income is really good. And also the expenses that you have in terms of debt, you have lesser debt, which means that you get to keep most of your income. That is a that is a strong income. Then you have strong financial planning. Then you have good goals that are backed up by your why, and then your behavior is also regulated. You will find that it will be easier for you to move from financial anxiety to financial peace, and then from financial peace to financial freedom, then from financial freedom to financial independence. But if these pillars are lacking, then it is going to be very difficult for you to move from point A to point B, from point B to point C, from point C to point D. With that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to join this beautiful growing family by subscribing on the button below. That is, if you're not subscribed as yet. I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.